Hey all, Tony Bing here, hello and welcome to another video for Marvel Strike Force. So in the last 24 hours we've had the release of the absolutely huge patch. It's 0.30. A ton of changes, a lot of them are not actually documented within the patch notes. That's not something I'm complaining about at all, because I do actually enjoy loading up a patch and there's that sense of discovery, finding all the new things that are in it, and that's what we're actually going to do in this video. Is we'll boot up the game and we'll look at the different options that are available and we'll try and see what's changed. Now, just as a very brief rundown, you've got a new PvP mode. So with that, Arena has been now renamed Battlegrounds and the new PvP mode is called Arena. There is the ability to farm Ultimus, but it really does come at a cost, and we'll look at that in a bit more detail later on. We've got a new environment, which is the Kree Warship Observation Deck. It looks absolutely fantastic, and I think you can potentially see the Milano flying around in the background, which is a nice little Easter egg there. We've had a whole lot of tuning. Characters over the board seem to be a lot more powerful. Again, we'll look at that in more detail in a moment. And we've had quite large changes to raids. Now there's lots of different maps available. Timers for your free energy are now based on your local time zone, which is absolutely fantastic for me. No more getting up at 4 in the morning to collect energy, so thankfully my marriage may still last. And then we actually got some performance increases as well, so if you're someone that maybe tried the game on a device and it was struggling a bit, it's worthwhile downloading and trying it again. But let's jump to the main menu of the game so we can actually check out all these new goodies. First up here then, we'll get to the bit that most people are looking forward to with any patch, and it's new characters. So we'll check out the roster and see what we've got change wise. Now you can see we've got Black Panther, and currently you can get some orbs from him through the arena, but the only way you unlock him, because he requires 100 orbs, would be to place number 1, or you can actually buy orbs within the store that have a chance. So here we go, you can see him here. Really does look pretty nice. And then we also have Ultimus, so there he is, the main big bad himself, and you require 180 shards in order to unlock him. So what we'll actually do next, it leads in quite well from this. If we look at supplies now and we go to orbs, you can see the Warrior King orb. That's where you get your chance at getting Black Panther. Hopefully there will be other ways to farm him, because my luck with the orbs is absolutely atrocious. I just wouldn't buy them, simply wouldn't do it. And then you have the Ultimus orb down the bottom here, so we'll click on this and we can see that you need 2,000 of a currency. Now the currency in question, the way this works is once you hit 7-star on a particular character, any further shards that you gain on this character are converted to, I don't actually know what the currency is called, saying that, we'll call it the Ultimus currency just to keep it nice and simple at the moment. And then when you gain 2,000 of that, you have a chance of opening an orb that may contain them, but it may not. So this is something that's really for the whales, and I don't think it's anything that anyone's going to get anytime soon. It could be several months down the line before you see anyone coming up with Ultimus, but if you do see him in PvP, avoid him anyway. We then have a few more achievements here which we'll check out, and these are tied in with the new option you'll notice called Arena. But if we go to the achievements, quickly scroll all the way down to the bottom, we'll see we've got 2 new ones. So you've got complete battles in the arena, and that gives you 3 Hulk shards at a time. I think the first one was 2 battles, then it was potentially 5, and then it's jumped to 20. So that's a not bad way of getting more Hulk shards. And then you have Connect to Facebook, that gives you 200 power cores. Unfortunately for myself and many other players, that is bugged at the moment, and hopefully it will get fixed in future. Talking about Arena, we can see the new tab for it here. We'll check this out. So I believe if you've played the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes games, this works the same way. It's really very different from the old Arena we had, which is now called Battlegrounds. So what you do is you set a particular team. Other people will have the chance of fighting your team. If they beat you, they will overtake you, so you actually drop down the ranks. And the way it works for you actually gaining ranks, if we go in here, we can see you have the option of fighting various different people, and I think it was either 12 or 15 minutes that this refreshes, and you get 5 refreshes a day. Once you've used them, you need to wait till the end of the day, and then you'll get your full 5 refreshes back again. Now if we look at the store here, we get up to, let's see, here we go, we can see you've got Crossbones, Gamora, Luke Cage, Aim Researcher, Hand Archer and Shield Security. Bit of a strange bunch because as far as I'm aware they're all available through the story mode, but saying that, it's nice easy shards for Gamora, and she's a fantastic character, although Crossbones is actually absolutely fantastic with this patch as well. He got a major buff and he's really worthwhile checking out. Now if we look at rewards, the way this works is you've got your ranking, and at the moment I'm lucky enough to be within 101 to 250, so every day I'm actually getting 100 power cores and 550 arena currency, which is enough to get 5 shards of a character. So that's absolutely great, and I don't really have to do anything. If I do start to fall out the ranking, then I would play it again, although saying that I'll be playing it anyway. But even if you wanted to not really borrow too much with this mode, you'll be gaining rewards each day, which is really great. For the campaign, we've actually had Mystic Forces Rising campaign that's now been opened. I've not had the chance to get through many of the levels. I don't have a lot of Mystic characters leveled, so I'm stuck quite early on it, but it is now available. And something that's very important I will mention is there's been a massive power creep on all of the characters within the game, and it makes the story mode much easier than it was before. I don't know if this is intended or not, so what I would say to do is try and plough through the story and get 3 stars on the Kingpin nodes and so on as early as you can, just on the off case that this isn't intended and your characters are nerfed back down again. For the old arena, which is now known as Battlegrounds, there's really not much that has changed here. We can see we now have the option of getting Black Panther, but as mentioned earlier, the only way you're looking to outright unlock Black Panther through this arena would be if you got the first place spot, so good luck with that. One change that's been made that's really good, it's just a little small change but it's fantastic. Whenever you go down to the bottom of the screen and you're selecting your weakest characters for one of the earlier missions, what would happen is, I'll tap away these first, is you would click on your minion and then it would actually take you all the way back up to the top, but now you can see it stays down the bottom, which makes it so much easier to select the characters for your next fight. So that's a really good change, something very simple but it does make a huge difference. I'm really happy with that. When it comes to the Alliance raids, we've actually seen a ton of changes here. The first one, if we go into the store, we've actually had a cost reduction in heroes and villains. So they used to cost 1350 of the raid currency and they're now down to 800, and I believe the regular minions are down as well. Now for the actual raids, a lot of new options available here. It used to be a level 30 and a level 40. Now we've got level 25, 30, 35, 40 and 50 as well. If we go into the one we're running at the moment in my alliance, you can see that the UI is changed as well, so it's quite nice. It's really quite nice and clear now. We can see my team working their way through this. Hopefully we'll manage to finish this okay. It looks like we're doing not bad here. We've still got 15 hours left with over 56% completion, so that's all looking good. Now finally, 2 things I'll just mention to finish up here is the inbox is currently bugged, so if you're trying to collect your Gamora arena shards and you can't get them, don't worry, the developers are aware of that and hopefully we'll get them sooner rather than later. And then finally, the biggest change for me at least, if you've been following the channel you know I've done all the preview videos talking about the max level skills for characters. Almost every character it's changed on, which I'm happy to see changes, but it means I need to go back and redo something like 19 videos, so that it's a little bit of a bummer, but these things happened. So if we look into the roster, you can see the power level on your heroes and villains and minions as well has went way up. I think Black Widow was around about 4,000 now, she's over 8,000 for me, and that's why earlier on, as mentioned, you want to hit the story mode and get blasting through it. If we look at a character, for example, we'll go for Elektra, and we can see where she's changed and her power levels have went up. You have Vital Strike, used to do in the region of about maybe 150% damage, and now does 430, but the difference with this is you can't use it at the start of the battle and it actually has to charge up. She's also got her Into the Shadow, and previously this was just a stealth attack. Now you actually attack the enemy, then you jump back, and then you stealth as well. So a lot of characters have seen changes like this, and I would say it's worthwhile checking out your character of choice or the teams you're using just to see how they've changed to make sure the teams do fit together, because I've found that I've been changing around my arena teams based on the changes we've had with this latest patch. So with that, that's us covered the majority of the changes we've got in patch 0.30. If there's anything else interesting that I actually missed in this video that you think's worth mentioning, please do let me know in the comments below, and as always I'll add it to a pinned post for anyone reading this video at a later date. And really, as always, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all again soon.